welcome to Breaking the Cycle with Devin. This is my second video, and today I really want to focus on financial independence and how I'm actually going to try to achieve this. I'm a little off-center today because I'm going to try to put up some stuff on this side of the screen. It's going to be the first time I'm trying that, so I have no idea what it's going to look like yet because I haven't edited the video yet. But other than that, I hope you guys are ready. We're going to be talking about financial independence today. So basically, it's called the FIRE movement, and that's kind of what I'm trying to believe in. It's called Financial Independence, Retire Early. So the idea is basically that you put enough money away. If you put enough money away, your investments will continue to grow, and you can take away a certain amount out of that every year, and the money will continue to grow. So the idea is that indefinitely you could take money out of that account because stocks continue to trend upwards about 10% every year. You can take out less than that 10%, somewhere around 3 to 4% is on the safe side. You can take that much money out every year and your money will continue to grow so that you indefinitely can take that money out. So first thing, when you're talking about the FIRE movement, first thing you got to figure out is what is your, people like to call it their FIRE number. What is your financial independence number? How much money will you need in retirement to actually, how much money do you actually need in retirement? And that's the first thing that you have to figure out. And the number, when you try to figure out, it'll probably be a little bit big, and you're going to look at it and be like, there's no way that I can make this much money. It's ridiculous. But what you have to realize is that when you invest that money, over the last, 25, 30 years, the stock market has grown 10% on average over the years. So whatever money you put in will grow, and that will work for you. So the more money you put in, the faster it will grow. It turns into an exponential curve. So you'll see how a little bit of money will turn into a lot of money pretty quickly. And that's just basically compound interest. And I know I'm basing this on my financial independence, my FIRE number, but you can put this towards anything, any kind of goal that you have. Maybe you're not really trying to reach financial independence. Maybe you're just trying to put away a certain amount of money, and these are kind of steps that will help you get there. So the first thing I want to talk about is basically I don't necessarily do it like everyone else does, but I believe that there's 3 levels of financial independence. That first level, I call it financial security. And that's basically the least amount of money that you'd have to be put away to basically not have to work anymore. You might not be able to continue your current lifestyle, but you could find an area in the United States, some of the cheaper areas where you could live in, and that would be enough money to sustain you. So level 1, I normally put that spending about 30 to 40K a year. That's, very low end. You're not going to be living lavish or anything like that, but it's the absolute minimum that you could live off if you needed to. So if you take that 30K, and what you do to get your FIRE number is you just multiply it by 25. And 25 will tell you how much money you need to have invested in the stock market in order to be able to live off it indefinitely. So for level 1, around $30,000 to $40,000, you'd have to have put away around $750K. This is the minimum you'd have to put away to get that. So it seems like a big number, but you can just look up a compound interest calculator and just type in how much money you currently have put away, how much money you're going to add every year, and it will tell you how long to get to that number. And you'll be a little bit surprised. It won't take nearly as long as you think, but it does require you to religiously put money in there so that that money continues to grow. The second level of financial independence is, I just call it financial independence, because that is the point where you make enough money to sustain your current level of living. And that is probably what most people will be aiming. I see level 2 of financial independence being around 70K. It's right around the median of what people make in the United States. So it's, it's right at how much you would need it to sustain your current lifestyle. So at 70K, you multiply it by 25, and you need $1.7 million put away. Don't be too afraid about how big the number is. The money grows exponentially. So the more you put away, the faster it will grow. And that's what we're trying to focus on here. Is that even though these numbers may sound big, it doesn't take a lot up front to reach those numbers. And if you're not trying to hit that goal in 15, 20 years, if you're just trying to hit that number in 30 years, then it becomes even easier. I'm just trying to show you that you can get there. And if you plan for something like a 60-year time frame, you could probably, haven't done the math here unfortunately, but probably a couple $100 a month just put away, and you could have, $1.7 million put away by the time that you retire. And if you want to do it faster, you just have to put more money away. Okay, and then the last level of financial independence, I called it financial abundance. And that's the point where you have enough money to where it's well beyond how much you need to live every year, and you can actually spend extra money. You can go get that extra car that you wanted, you can go and travel around, you can do basically whatever you want. And I put that around 100K plus. And in order to get that, just multiply by 25, and that's about $2.5 million you'd have to put away. And it's really, the numbers seem big, and they're just really not that big, and they won't take that long. And I'll explain to you how you can do this. So, we'll use me as an example. So the amount of money that I have put away right now, or the amount of money that I have invested right now, is about $70,000. I started investing in 2013. It is now 2020. It took me 7 years to put away 70K, but I didn't know a lot of the information that I know now back then, and I definitely made some mistakes, and I definitely could have invested my money a lot better back then, and I could have made a lot more money over the years. But hindsight 2020. That's why I'm trying to get you guys early, so you can not make the same mistakes that I did. But currently, I have $70,000 put away. In order for me to reach financial independence by about 15, 20 years, I would have to put around 40 to 45K away every year. Sounds like a pretty big number. I realize that. But you also have to realize that it's based off of how much you want to spend. So if you only want to spend 30K, then you don't have to put away $40,000 a year. You probably only have to put around $20,000 a year. And $20,000 a year, that's a little over $1,000 a month. If you want to do it in 15 years. If you want to do it in 30 years, then all of a sudden you only have to put away a couple $100 every month. But you can reach that number so much faster than you believe you can. So that is my goal. In order to do that, $45,000 a year. It's pretty tough. It's not an easy thing to do. I don't splurge too much. I just do my basics, pay for my rent, I pay for my food, pay for all my car insurance, internet, and all that. And beyond that, I don't do too much. I eat out probably once a week just because I enjoy eating. But other than that, that's about the extent. And I guess the lockdown right now is, I don't know where you are, but in California, we're still basically locked down and there's not too much you can do. So since we're locked down, there's not really much to do. And that's the basic numbers that we're working with now. I just want to get it across that you just invest. The more money you put away, the more money it will make you. And this is something I'll probably talk in the next video about. But as you can see right now, there's a lot of uncertainty in the market, and the market's actually dropping quite a bit right now. So I highly recommend that you invest some money right now, because you're going to get everything in a steal right now. But I'll talk more about that in our next video. Thanks for tuning in. This is Breaking the Cycle with Devin.